It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Kath.
Yes, I've got baubles sort of hanging over my head.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see our ridiculous, or our very Christmas, I should say, virtual backgrounds. But if I
Yes.
move too much, you'll see my actual background behind my head. So if you're on
Ah,
Spotify, just imagine, I've got this glowing, sort of warm fire sort of behind my head and a Christmas tree, and Kath's got parcels and baubles hanging, and she's sitting on Santa's chair.
I'm in Santa's chair feeling like really chuffed at myself. And I have to smile at your background because you actually live in tropical North Queensland where it's
Yeah,
anything but the background
yeah,
that you've got behind
yeah.
you.
It is really
But
anything but.
isn't that good fun with all the virtual stuff that you can play
It
around with,
is fun. I just have to remember not to
Yeah.
move my hands so you can't see the shed, the man shed that's behind me, which is where we do our recording. Um,
But Christmas, Al, next week. Can you believe next week's
no,
Christmas?
I know it is
Yeah.
ridiculous. The house is going to be full,
Yeah. What
children
have you got
coming.
planned? What's happening in your space this
Yeah,
Christmas?
we've got Lincoln Lily driving up from Sydney, and we've got up with their dog Piper, so three dogs on the house on the property,
Oh,
and
wow.
then we've
Okay.
got Geordie's flying in, and yeah, so it'll be a pretty full house with all the kiddies home, which I love, obviously. We've got not many plans other than to be hang
That's,
out, be in the
yeah.
kitchen, creating, laughing. We normally play lots of board games, watch, of course, watch all the Christmas movies. We have to watch, Home Alone and The Grinch, and
Okay. Lovely.
we love watching the Christmas movies every single year. Yeah, so that's kind of our plans. What about you?
Yeah, we're having actually a really unique Christmas for us this year.
Hmm.
Usually we are at home Christmas Day, and we usually have other families that are also, don't have their immediate families around with us on
Yeah,
Christmas
great.
Day. And this year we are actually off to Sydney. So
Ooh.
flying into Sydney from Adelaide, we've got a whole lot of extended family in Sydney. And so I'm really excited because we're going to have quite a big family Christmas this year
Wow.
with our own extended family. And but yeah, not at home. So we'll be at our cousin's home and just enjoying a beautiful day with all our cousins. So
That's lovely.
yeah, really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're like us in that you don't have a lot of extended family nearby you at all. Like,
No,
because I'm
no.
from England, so all of my family's I mean, I know you can't tell by my accent, my incredibly ochre accent. All of our families back home in England and Scotland, well, majority. And then my mum and dad are moved down in Tassie, so I don't have huge extended family gatherings at Christmas time. All of hubby's family sort of down south of Queensland. So it's always been kind of us, which is brilliant and how I love it. But there's something special about having extended family with you for Christmas as well.
Absolutely. So 2024, Al, that's, almost at its end.
Hmm.
How are you feeling about the year that's just been?
Goodness, the year that has just been. It has been a big year.
Yeah.
Like as I sit here with you and reflect back over it, there was so many firsts in like, for me,
Yes.
book launch and finishing publishing and what that all looked like, and started a new sort of opportunity getting alongside people in rehab and in prisons, and so that's so
Yeah.
many firsts.
Our
But
membership, that's
our
a first.
membership, yes, our membership, our first membership, and it's a collab together, which I love more than anything.
Yeah.
Like I just feel so privileged to be in that space with you and with our members. And there's so many firsts, and I feel like I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
can be.
proud.
Yes.
And you know how we've often shared on our podcast about taking a moment to celebrate and how easy it would be to just continue and roll into 2025.
Yeah.
And off the back of momentum of this year. But I love that you asked me this question, how am I feeling? Because, yeah, hang on a second.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of my personal life, my professional life, the life that the membership and the what we're creating together in our podcast. Goodness me, we've showed up for another whole year
Yes, we
on a
have.
podcast.
And it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute joy.
Mm,
And as I'm listening to you share, I'm thinking back and I think that's probably been a similar thing for both of us. We both had a
yeah,
year of firsts. This is, we're not quite 1 year in our new home. So we
yeah.
moved at the beginning of the year and I started a new role with ACAP lecturing, which was,
Hmm.
I can't believe that it's been a whole year there already,
No.
which was just, it has been such a blessing and an amazing opportunity. And yes, I kind of have this feeling, and the membership, everything, but I have this feeling that uh, I think 2025 um, is going to be, well, I'm hoping,
Yeah,
I'm hoping
yeah.
in my world at least that 2025 is going to be less about new things and more about continuing to grow what we already have. That's
Love.
kind of where I'm sitting. I
I'm
know it
gonna
means
say
Santa's chair, but that's
amen to that.
how I'm feeling.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
great. Yeah, because I
yeah,
mean, especially when I think about the growth and the momentum and the people we've connected with Brave, Strong, and Fulfilled,
yeah,
how great for us to be able to continue to grow in that space with our members, with anybody who wants to join and be part of living an intentional life.
yeah,
Because the flow on effect as well, and the people around us are impacted. It's a pretty special space. So I'm with you on that. I hope my prayer and my intention is to continue to grow in that space.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's actually, I'm not a huge fan of New Year's resolutions and then sort of coming to the end of the year and kind of thinking,
Mm,
oh, but I do love the sense of finishing off a year
and the
and then getting
start,
to start a new year.
brand
And
new.
it does, it feels like, even though we've had such a year of big things and new things happening, I think it's so great to be able to reflect back and to think, okay, what are there things from the year that I sort of thought I was going to do and said I wanted to do that just
Mm,
I haven't, which is fine.
yeah.
Um, are there still things that I want to do, or
Mm,
have I realized, oh well, that was a bit of a silly idea anyway.
They're
Move on.
great questions. So let's just say
Yeah.
that for a second. What was your first question? You said,
So
uh,
are there any things from this last year,
yeah,
reflecting back, that I had said that I wanted to do
yeah,
that I just never got round to
didn't
doing?
get to do. And then could they, do we need to still do them?
Yeah. Like,
Moving into the new year.
are there things left over that I still would like to continue with
Mm,
and be intentional about in the new year?
yeah,
And if there are, what does that look like?
yeah.
And sometimes there's a joy in looking back on something and thinking, oh, that was something that stirred in my heart to do.
Mm.
But now, thank God in his wisdom, the door's closed on that one, and I can
Yes,
see that it
let
was
it go.
never, yeah, let it go. It potentially wasn't
Mm.
not necessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. And so what that raises for me, and everyone will have a little chuckle, but way back, I had got this image in my mind of some children's books. So all the listeners are going to, oh, Alison and it writing books again. But, and, and yes, it's about Theodore. Um, but it was because he was a scaredy cat, right? So I've got this idea and this vision for a series, a 5 book series of a kids' books. And I actually thought I'd have the first one done by Christmas. So I've written it, I've got it in an audio file kind of written. I've got in my mind kind of what it looks like. And then I've got other ones half kind of written.
Wow,
And
so you
they
have been busy, hey?
yeah, but
You
it's
definitely,
kind of stopped and paused, and I actually sh other than I've spoken with someone who is keen to illustrate, which is fabulous, and she's got similar ideas and same sort of thought process around what it will look like, which is really cool. It's great when you find people who've got the
yeah,
same
yeah,
um imagination kind of thing as yours, because what's
yes,
in your heart and in your mind, it's sometimes hard. I'm not artistic to tell anybody else. So that's really cool, but it's now going to be a matter of taking action. So it could be that another year goes by and I'm going to wish and hope and say that I want to do these kids' books. I've got this far ahead. Um, or I can choose because it's not something for me to let go. I know that in my heart. I know on
mm,
reflection, this isn't something not worth pursuing. This is something that I know I need to finish. So if I need to finish it, I need to do something about that.
yeah, yeah. And I'm so excited that you've shared that with all of us because now you've got all of us to
Oh
check in
no,
with
you're
how
going
you're
to
going.
ask, hey Al.
How's it going? But before we get there, I just love what you've just shared, and I'm curious, and I'm sure the listeners listening to this also curious. How do you know that something, like you said, what did you say? You said it's in
Hmm.
my heart, and I know that it's
That I can't let go of it.
can't let go. Yeah. So how does that feel for you? And I suppose it'd probably be hard to explain,
Hmm.
but where do you feel that sense of knowing, like within yourself?
Hmm. You always ask tough questions. It's a knowing just in my gut. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a difference between a fleeting thought and think, oh, that'd be really cool,
Mm,
because it sits and stays. And when
yeah.
I think about it, it stirs excitement. It doesn't I can't just sort of be blasé about it. It requires some sort of attention and thought around it. But when I do think about it, it stirs up some excitement. And it's like
Beautiful.
anything that I've done that is, do I think I'm capable and know how to do this? 100% no. So look, 2025 is going to have some new things for me. I've never published a kids
Yeah.
book. Oh my goodness, I've already got so much to learn and haven't started the year yet. Um, but there's been so many times where you have a great idea and you just know, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Would be cool.
Yeah.
But this has stuck and it's stuck with me for probably 18 months. And so I know, and every time I think about it, I just know. And because it's in my imagination too, like it's taken
Yeah.
over my
But I think
thoughts.
that's also, you've been sitting on it for a long time and you can see it. I kind of
Yeah,
what I'm noticed what I
I
think
can
I'm
see
hearing
it.
you say is you can definitely see it and you can see it quite vividly.
Mm,
You've
yeah,
seen the what you want the pictures to look like.
yeah,
You've seen the pages, what they look like.
yeah.
You may have seen a cover already in your mind's eye.
Mm,
And I think what I've been learning about navigating through life is I can quite often have these ideas that just pop up. And when I've run with something too quickly, like oh, that's a great
yeah.
idea. Yes, I'm going to do this. And, you know, got on a course with how to do it. And then you jump in and you do it and haven't spent the time to really ask some of those important questions, like what for? Is this really, you know,
Mm,
in my hands for me to do?
yeah,
Or is this just a good idea? And I think it's sometimes really difficult to put language around how you know the difference between those two.
yeah.
But I agree with what you're saying. It's when you've been sitting on it and it's sort of it's not just an idea in your head.
Mm,
It's in your heart, it's in your gut.
yeah.
It sort of stirs in your soul,
Mm,
and you just know that it's part of why you're here.
yeah.
It's part of what you've been created to share with the
Uh,
world.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And look, um, do we have to like if I was like because we could put this sort of an idea and make it even more overwhelming, go, oh my goodness, that's why I'm here. Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
be, and because if I don't do it, It's only me that's going to
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and it would be fine. Life will go on and all will be well,
yeah,
but I just know it's something. And if at the end of the day, it teaches me something else and just inspires me to share a little something more with the world around me, then
yeah,
that's awesome. So yeah, that's kind of one of the projects for me for next year that I'm not letting go of. And now I've spoken it out loud to
yeah.
you and to everybody. Yes, I think next year will be for sure the year that at least the first one hopefully will hit the shelves. So that's exciting. What about you? Have you got projects that you need to hang on to for next year or letting go of any, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, and I actually am not sure, which is also fine, absolutely
Mm,
fine too.
yeah,
And I
good.
think I'm in the space where next year I'm taking on more of a teaching load than I've
Yeah.
had this last year. So I know that that's going to require space and energy and time,
Mm,
and really are mindful of, where I want to give my space and time to. And
hmm
so I think outside of that, I think for me, it's probably more of a case of uh, continuing with what's already there,
mm,
really being intentional about our membership and
mm.
the podcast and my coaching practice and what that looks like. And I'm quite excited. I'm really excited about growing. So I'm someone who quite likes, I like creating new stuff, and I like being
Mm.
in the startup phase of stuff.
Okay.
The keeping something going,
hmm
keeping momentum with stuff, like being in it for the long haul, has not always been easy for me. And I
Yeah, okay.
think I would like to get to the end of next year and think, oh, okay, we've managed
Yeah.
to, I've managed to sustain and grow and build on what's already there rather
Mm.
than dive
Start
into the
something
next
else
new.
new.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I don't know. I mean, it might change. Ask me again in a few months'
Next
time.
year. Yeah.
But yeah,
But we
yeah,
both know that we are in, like, we know the membership is in for the long haul. We know the podcast
yeah.
is in for the long haul. Um, so if you're tired of listening to us, stop, it's up to you if you don't want to listen to us, but we're going to keep talking, whoever wants to listen. Because we feel inspired in this space and know
Yeah,
that is part
yeah.
of who we want to be in this season. So looking forward to continuing this next year and continuing growing with our members and our audience and keeping on learning and growing.
Yeah. So on that note, if
Mm,
you are like some of us, and it's like what, 6 days before Christmas or five
mm,
days before
I
Christmas,
know.
and you're still wondering about Christmas gifts. We do
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
the membership is, something that can be gifted for Christmas.
Of
So if
course.
you feel like you want to give someone a gift that's a little bit different,
Mm,
but it's something that actually will keep the gift that keeps giving throughout the whole year of
yeah.
2025, give
Yeah.
them a membership for the year as an option. So just putting it out there.
Beautiful.
If that's something that you feel you'd like to do, just reach out to Ali or I, and we'll
Yeah.
set that
We'll
up in a
help
matter
you.
of just a few minutes.
I
Yeah.
love that idea because I one of my greater gift ideas for my daughter-in-law was a magazine subscription, right? She loves gardening and loves all
Okay.
that sort of stuff. And so I was like, oh, what am I gonna get Lily? Da 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 da. And I thought, why not gift her a subscription? And the last couple of years, she's loved it because every month gets this magazine teaching her how to do the things that she wants to learn to grow in. And so the gift of the membership is helping people to learn and grow. And
Yeah.
it's personal development and it's strategies and tools on how to do life and do life well and be surrounded by people who are intentional in doing life, doing it well with a hope and a passion. And so that's a brilliant idea. So yes, please reach out if there's somebody in your world who could really do with some extra encouragement. Membership is a great idea.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we should say Merry Christmas to all of our listeners and thank you all for tuning in and listening to our conversations. And we hope that our conversations inspire you. We do hear feedback from time to time
Yeah.
from people, and it thrills our heart to know that you enjoy listening to us. It feels like you're having a cuppa with us and doing the journey of life and hearing our stories. And we're just so thrilled. So thank you for including us in your world.
And have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas.
Yeah.
And we look
Very
forward to
Merry
seeing you in the new
Christmas.
year. So we are taking a bit of a break, hey, Elle?
We are.
So,
I forgot to write down what the date was in January now. Anyway, I
I
think
think we
it's
was
4 weeks off.
yeah, I think I was gonna say I think we said we were taking 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
catch you guys all in about 4 weeks' time.
Merry Christmas,
Watch
and we'll
this
talk.
space. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. Bye.